Ready when you are.
You're on.
All right. What's the date today?
The 5th, January 5th.
Today's January 5th, and we are at the opening meeting of the 2027 Municipal Budget Committee. I'm John Burrows. I think the first order of business is discuss and vote on a chairperson, which according to Mr. Lee has been done, but we're in session now, so let's make it official. Do we
I
want
nominate Johnny.
You did a good job last year.
second?
I second. Everybody seconds.
Any discussion? April, you have a problem with that? I'm giving you a
problem
chance
with
right now. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
There we are. Moving on to that, the vice chairman, on the occasion I'm not here. On the occasion I'm not here, you probably won't be here. Diane, looks like she'd be a great person. I
No, thank you.
make a
Second.
motion for Diane.
Second.
No discussion. All those in favor?
Works for me.
We'll wait till Glenn's here to ask if there's discussion on that.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be.
Other than that, Matt, I think typically you would have some comments to give us some direction on background of what you guys have been aiming to do with this budget.
So, in your budget book, you have the budget memo that we drafted up for you. We started several months ago, about 3.5 months ago, we started the budget process internally. We met with department heads, and again, consistently, we've been trying to do the same thing, and the entire budget's basically on maintaining the services we have today. Really, the only new program, if you will, is we've hired the planner for current year, which will fall into next year as well. We're into FY '27. So really, not a lot of changes. Our fixed costs, we haven't been consistent. There's some contractual obligations that we've addressed. Looking at the plowing contract, we have the public works facility that's being put up right now. We got a couple, obviously we don't know where we'll end up being 100% at the end, based on our current year interest rates, but we're pretty close. Aside from that, we tried to hold it as tight as we could. We've reduced some lines, as you'll notice, we won't build the budget. We're estimating on the county tax, and essentially the SO was capped at 210. We are in a contract with them now based on last year's vote and what the council voted on. What am I missing?
As a general question, I know that there's a 3% cost of living in all the salaries, plus longevity. I won't ask the formula, but as a rule of thumb, what is the longevity bonus? What is it?
It's an hourly rate. Excuse me, my voice has been like this all day. 3 years, 7 years, 11, 15, and 20.
Okay.
And each step, it's like 32.5 cents per hour.
Okay, all right.
It's-
So, other than that,
And that longevity has been driven by the personnel policy. It's been, I think it's been there for several years. The only thing we added is that there was 1 year they changed.
Right.
They added a year into it, or reduced it, and then added 1 year into it. But it was basically 13, 26, and then that goes into.
Per
the
week.
Per hour.
So basically, that's per week.
Okay, all
It's
right.
$13 per week
Oh,
okay.
okay,
for the first step.
It's not much.
And then it goes up to 26,
Yeah.
and then 39.
Yeah.
And then the last one is like $78. It's like the double. So
Yeah.
if you're here for 20 years,
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we figure you deserve that.
yeah.
So does that also affect their retirement and that?
Yes.
As far as what
Because
is
it gets
part
added
of
to the
the
base, because it gets
pay?
added to the base.
It's on the
Yeah.
base, okay.
So when you see, on some of them, you may total them up, and they may show more than 3%.
Right.
Because they may have either just now
And how
got
many
longevity.
years?
They went up
they got
that
a-
step
they get
to
a
the
step
next
that
longevity.
Changes
Sure.
their rate.
And I try to include all those when I'm predicting, because some, it won't happen until halfway through the fiscal year.
Right,
It's
Okay.
based on their anniversary
Mhm.
date, so.
okay. All right, and then, was there, I understand you told department heads, you know, do your best, sharpen your pencil as much as you can. Was there a percentage figure you were looking, like, okay, we're trying to keep it under 5 points, or whatever the case may be?
Our goal was to hopefully keep it as flat as possible.
Right.
If there was any new programs or anything new that had to be to justify those. And
Yeah.
there were a few changes, I think you, obviously later on, we'll see it in rec.
Sure.
But other than the planner, there were no new added positions.
Where's the planner on this?
That's under planning department.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
that's
we
not,
haven't got that yet.
Yeah,
that's down the road.
that's on January 21st.
Okay,
But library had a few extra hours in it.
Mhm.
It was part-time hours, I should say, just
Sure.
backfill.
yeah,
And I think Todd had some hours additional for program expense or payroll. There was a few hours in there.
I don't, not on program.
Was it
payroll.
expense? Program
It might, I think it was the expense.
expense. So,
We kept the payroll flat.
I mean, he came into us originally with a significant increase in numbers. And
Mhm.
so we sent him back with a new pencil and asked him to work on that.
Sure.
And he did. And he came back and, I mean, I think the first one was, what, 70-something thousand?
It was like 10%.
It was
Yeah, there's
100,000.
100,000.
There was some big numbers in there,
Yeah.
and we invested and gave him a number 2 pencil and sharpened it, gave it to him, and he came back, and I think that's far more palatable now. So Jason we don't have any real new road projects. In our big cost moving in next year is obviously based on last year's approved budgets for the Public Works facility.
Mhm.
That's whacking us for about a 230, 250 in that ballpark for our first year payment.
mm-hmm,
So we knew that we need to be cautious if there's any other changes.
right,
I don't think we're talking about it tonight, but in capital improvements, for example, we had a bunch of things in there, we pulled some out, we probably can certainly have that conversation. But the heating system, the HVAC system here, we talked about the partial system over there for the gym, just in the gym.
mm-hmm,
We talked about the library, in looking to put the heat pumps in those locations. Here was replacing the units that's outside.
right,
And this unit here alone was just around 60,000.
Wasn't bad.
Not as bad as
much
we
better
thought.
than the numbers you were throwing around earlier.
Well,
Yeah.
the first numbers we got, I think that people just, you know,
Yeah, they're
some of the vendors
close.
didn't want it. I don't
They didn't
think.
want to do
They
it.
must have not, yeah.
So the latest number was 60 and change here. Heat pump for the gym was, I think it was 18,000. But, so I put those numbers in the CIP section so we can talk about those and see what you have for desire, and we can always adjust them. You can add them back in, because they're in one column and I took them out of the other column. If you feel at that point you want to put them back in, we certainly can do that.
Mhm.
But it's a talking point, for starting.
We did use the window shakers a lot this past summer when the system
Yes.
here failed.
Yeah.
It was hard to hear when you get all those going too.
Yeah.
That
They're not
became a real
efficient.
challenge here, is like this room here, we had the window
People on their
shakers.
phone.
And you can't hear during the meeting, then it got too hot. And the only other concern with having window shakers in this building is that you just push them in and someone's in the building.
Yeah,
So security.
Security-wise,
It's a
yeah.
real issue here. You know, at the library, it's, obviously we have window shakers there, and I have had for many years, but unless you're about 20 feet tall, you're not climbing in the window from outside. So, but,
all
any
right.
other initial questions, John?
No, I think as we go through, I looked at the sheets that Laura gave us this week, and, a couple of questions going through, but it's all pretty straightforward stuff. So, to recap, for all of us up here, typically I'll go through line by line, and I'm not gonna go line by line. If the numbers are staying the same, I'm pretty much gonna move on. Numbers that have increased or decreased, I may ask you why, but I think that the way we did it in the past works pretty well. There's no sense reading stuff that, I'm not gonna talk about $500 if it's still $500 from last year. So we have Laura's schedule of events. So today, we can start right off with general government. The sheets should be in your books.
Section 3.
In section 3, yep. And you can show April pretty much what we're talking about, how I know where where there's an increase, where there isn't an increase? Because you have calendar year, last year's budget numbers there to the right.
From here.
Yep.
So we can start, basically, general government, as a whole, line 2 for Department 10 is 662, 252, up from 633, 285, which represents a 4.5% increase. The salaries, line 5, item 5,000, represents a, if I can read my writing, 4.7% increase. So I'm assuming the difference again is the longevity bonuses that are thrown in that number.
So in the salary line, that's gonna be the longevity and your 3%.
Okay, yeah,
And is the planner in there also?
No,
No.
Not in there.
that's gonna be in the, yeah, that's the
That's
question in the plan.
Department 60.
Got it.
Yeah. So going down through, again, these are big numbers, but they haven't, your maintenance is 56,000 up from 54. Town council, which I'm gonna leave to you guys to address at some point, now that we have a town council as opposed to selectmen. You know, I advocate for Dwayne there. Maybe we ought to
And
do
he
something
has-
about
He has
it.
asked about it and mentioned it, that it should be something we should consider. And my comment was, I think that should either come from the council or,
I think it should, what I would like to see in a perfect world is the council give us some guidelines.
and I can
I'm
certainly,
more than
ask-
happy to support it, but.
and I can certainly ask that question from them, but
Yeah.
we haven't heard that back, and I'm not sure if a majority of them, I don't know, I can ask that question.
It may be, you know, again, last year it was like, well, we had new expenditures coming. Next year, we're gonna have new expenditures coming. Maybe the timing is not perfect. So, I'm gonna throw that ball to them.
I haven't had anything in writing or anything verbal from them at all,
Okay.
so.
All right.
And just, John, just so you're aware, on the right, on the left-hand side, you can see the ones where the impacts are for longevities. See the notes in there, in the sections there?
Yep.
So
Yep.
those have longevity tied to
Line
them.
6 and line 8.
Okay, yep. Yeah, as I say, so, and those are the numbers, like the line 8 is a 4.3, so it's the 3 points plus the longevity, I'm assuming. Longevity and,
And it may change from year to year based on where they are in their longevity steps.
okay. And I see that Nancy, in line 9, Nancy is now, her salary is here as opposed to the general
We
assistance.
did that we started that last
We
year.
moved that last year, okay.
I just thought it made more sense, but we're still like, in payroll, I still like, will track how many hours she's putting into general assistance in case
Okay.
anybody ever said, well, I'd like to know how much time we're spending on general
Sure.
assistance, so I could run a report.
So you have the numbers,
Yes,
Yeah.
well, she enters them in when she does her time card,
okay.
and so we just pay out of this line.
Okay.
Has that
Okay.
been high this year?
No.
Have you had a lot of people that have come in?
She didn't, last I knew, I don't think she thought as many as
Oh,
she
really?
No,
would
and-
expect.
And actually, there's a decrease in the GA line a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
the line is down, I
Yeah.
looked through it, so it seems to me that that's a good thing. So the customer service, line 11 represents a 12% increase. What is,
Okay.
help me out, the customer service representative?
And just,
Is that Justine? right?
yes, because she's one of those, as she became certified.
Right.
She's like deputy everything.
Okay.
And basically Nancy's grooming her to take over Nancy's
All right.
position someday when she retires.
Okay.
So, her pay rate was quite low
Mhm.
compared to, any customer service rep
Sure.
nowadays. So we had given her a merit increase.
Okay.
there.
All right,
And
And we have a line for that.
And we did that as she was achieving other certifications.
Yeah.
So as she was training for general assistance and the roles out front,
Yep.
and that's what we made those adjustments and try to get her where she needs to be.
And she's still learning, she still has ways to go, but she does an excellent job, so.
okay, all right.
But the goal is to train her for general assistance, so when Nancy retires, and I think Nancy's been very clear on her date, that
She has a date?
she has a date, and
Yeah.
we keep trying to push that out a little bit, but she doesn't want to hear about it. But try to get somebody in place, you know, and
That is ready to assume.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that has been one of our biggest challenges
Yeah.
with what we have for staffing, is to keep those
Succession
people.
planning,
because
yeah.
Replacement of anybody at this point is we're probably not replacing for these dollars.
Right.
Reality.
Yeah.
All right, the assessing, line 12, assessing assistant.
That is Vanessa,
Okay,
and she's the one that works with Shirley. And
Right.
again, this is a position that we finally got her, so she's a certified assessor now,
right,
which we didn't have
bumped her-
before.
We bumped her
And
last year.
We
Okay.
bumped her up last year.
because you're right at the 2.9, so, so there's no longevity in that one.
Not yet.
Okay,
No,
She'll be
she's
coming
up.
soon.
Yeah.
okay,
So like that's a good one where you'll notice that once she hits longevity, then
It'll
that
take
rate
a
will
jump.
change.
yep.
The
It'll
So the
reflect a different
percentage
percentage.
will look different.
Well, I noticed when I was going through it, Kim's is at 3%, because she's only been here a year,
year.
so I get it.
Well, year and a half. No,
All right,
So can I ask a question? Is Shirley looking to not contract with us anymore in the near future?
No, there is nothing planned today for her retirement or for her departure.
Okay.
But we're anticipating that the future is that we have a person that will be able to step into that role. And then hopefully we start getting somebody else trained behind Vanessa, if that was the case. And that's if Vanessa wants to assume those roles as well. But we're very fortunate to have her certified now as an assessor too.
all right, so, go ahead.
No, sorry. Our plan, Diane, was just to make sure that we have redundancy as much as we can, and to make sure that we have a good plan so that we have a backup.
Yeah.
All right, moving on then to you two. The town manager, that's a contract, so it is what it is. And line 15 has longevity in it, therefore it's higher than the 3, it's 6.8, but I'm assuming that's the numbers that you were talking about in there,
With the longevity.
right?
And yes, you mentioned on line 14, I still have, I think it's 2 years left in the contract.
Okay,
that's not even.
Well, 2 years left in the dual role.
Right.
In the combo. And then I think it's another 2 years after that is just the fire station.
so you have 2 more years left in your current role here.
Yeah, it was 3 years and it was 2 years at the fire station.
Okay. And then you'll be just over there? Are we gonna hire a town, I mean, it has nothing to do with what we're doing today, but it's just,
We couldn't do more
He'll
than 3
renew.
because of charter.
We'll
Okay.
renew.
So the charter said we can only do for 3 years.
okay,
So that would be up to the council to have that discussion at that point.
okay.
Okay.
But we couldn't do more than 3 for 1 per year. We stipulated that.
All right, any questions on any of this stuff? We can move down then, overtime is right where it's been, retirement is pretty much a done deal. It's gone up some, but nothing we can do about it. Employee costs are a little higher, but it's basically primarily because of the subscription to the MMA that seems has gone up, well, it's up 10%, so we're up a little, but not that badly. Department 20, the supplies, you're up just 2.5%, which is basically,
Inflation,
yeah, not much.
no.
Utilities are right where they've been last year. Repairs, maintenance, right where they were last year. Contractual services, the auditor is a $5,000 increase, which,
So we haven't seen an increase on the auditing side, on general auditing for several years.
okay,
And then we were notified this year that they were changing their rates.
okay,
Historically, in prior to the Amber years, our auditing was even higher than that at times because we were outsourcing check
Okay.
racks and a lot of other,
Yep.
day-to-day stuff that we didn't
Mhm.
have with. So we were paying from other accounts, various accounts to compensate for that. But they did notify us that their rates were going up and that was based on our budgets.
okay.
And that's RHR Smith, by the way.
Okay. Legal's right where it's been, the town report's right where it's been. Unclassified is actually a little lower than it's been. Advertising is down $500, but we're up a little bit on the incidentals. And incidentals merit, help me, what's the merit? Is that your incentive pay?
That's what we were
Yes.
using for like Vanessa, but for CMA, or
Okay.
for Justine,
Yeah.
that's where we were able to offset it and make the adjustments.
Okay, all right.
And what were the incidentals? I forgot.
We've used some for, like, the holiday party,
Oh, okay.
you know, the food for the holiday party, what we got when we used it for.
So
It
is
was
there,
originally like
a-
$3,000 for holiday, for the
So have-
incidental portion.
so have you divided it, like you've got, I'm gonna guess, like 5,000 for incidentals and,
It was originally
Six
3,000.
for merit
It was
or
originally
something.
3,000 for incidentals, and then the rest was the merit we added last year. Last year was the first year with the merit.
and how much did you have left over from last year? Under the merits?
Well, I think when it came.
Oh, it's not broken up
Yeah,
that
we
way on
did.
here.
Well, I think it was right around three, because it was 33203 is what we spent the year parade of that. I'm sorry, yeah, 3213 was the actual expended in '24. Do you have the expense report by chance for last year?
Well, it's here, 770, right here, 7,079.
Yeah, so 7,079.
That's how much you spent for the
So-
merits last year?
Oh, I didn't
Both
have, I don't have it
together.
broken
No,
down.
that
It's not
we
broken
don't.
down
Oh,
on
you
the
don't have it
expense,
broke down? Okay.
unfortunately.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I guess why are you asking for that much more if you had spent underneath what you spent last year?
The $250?
Right.
I don't remember.
I think
what
we can keep it
just-
at 10,750. I think we rounded, on some of them, we just rounded it up.
Yeah.
But
Mhm. I wouldn't mind if it went back to 10. If you only spent 7, that still gave you an extra 2,500.
to go back to what, 10?
Mhm.
It's up to you guys.
Not that I want to see it tight, but I don't want to see a lot go into the general either.
Well, whatever goes to general, is still going to offset it the following year. We're not flushing it, put it that way. It's-
No, I know.
We're still reusing it.
No, I know, but I just can't see having $2,000 to $3,000 left over if you know roughly what you're spending, why are you asking?
Where are we at year to
We'd have to
date?
see where we're at this year.
Real quick.
She's gonna
But
pull-
like you
she's
see,
gonna pull
Diane's
year to date.
point is a point well taken, we should all keep in mind. The numbers that you vote on are the numbers that the tax rate is gonna be
Set
used to
on.
set the tax rate. So, I remember Gary liked to have more than we needed, which is great, but we don't need to be taxed at the higher rate
No.
if we're not gonna use it, so.
Okay, so we currently have spent $4,624, leaving us a balance of $6,100.
So
The
we're
hard part,
halfway through.
the hard part for that though is we won't know until the end of the year for that line,
I
for any
know.
transfers out.
Right. No, that's the hard part.
So the merits are mainly just for people, like if they do something like get a new, what do I want to say, like Vanessa.
Certifications.
Yeah,
Certification, we try to keep
certifications and
some.
things.
Or
So are you
retain.
expecting a lot of people to do that right now?
It's not just for that, though, it's for, some people they may plan to leave, and so we.
If we do.
So it enables you to make a concession to keep someone to stay.
Yes, yes.
So we had
Yeah.
so I'll use code enforcement for an example, that it gave us an area we could draw from a little bit, that if we needed to bump it, because if we're not gonna be able to obtain, recruit
Mhm.
them, or if they're looking at it elsewhere, because someone's offering them $1,500 and we can survey and look and see, we are short. If we're able to keep that person versus training somebody, not having somebody for 3 months, can we, hey, if it's 50 cents an hour, whatever it may be, we're not necessarily gonna know what those numbers are until year end, because we can't transfer until the last 3 months. But if in that department budget, we don't have to transfer, then, okay, maybe we're good, but
So have you hired a new code enforcement since Mike left?
we have hired
You have. Was it for less than what he was making?
the same amount.
Same amount? Okay.
I did, so, and that wasn't where we thought the discussion was gonna go. We thought it was gonna cost us more originally, and we were trying to hold that line to say, hey, we don't wanna go up. But And I think we were fortunate, but, yeah, I think we were very fortunate.
Yes.
I think it worked out well, so.
I still would like to see it at 10. Or
The
even
10 or
at
the 750?
10, even.
I didn't hear the question, I didn't hear you.
10,000.
So to do that, do we have to have a motion, a second for that?
Yeah.
And then that would be the number we vote on at the end. So, okay, Diane, you have a motion?
Yep.
Second.
So Diane your motion then again is to change line 39 to $10,000?
Yep.
Tom seconds it. Any more discussion? Look, all those in favor? Okay.
So that's gonna change that to 661.
I'm okay with, I'm gonna adjust our columns to 10.
Okay, go ahead.
So it changes the bottom line to 652, 252, if I'm not mistaken? No,
And just so you're
no, I
aware, I
messed it
am-
up. I took 10,000 off.
Yeah. 661.
That's why I'm not the CFO.
What's the number again?
661, 252.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to add that into the motion to change to 10,000 and have the grand total as 661, 252?
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And I just updated those 3 columns too.
Okay, so that gets us through
I didn't add the other ones.
general government.
Okay. We wanna vote on that now?
Can I ask another question?
Wait.
I think what we should do, we did last year, was we went through everything, and then at the end of the meeting, vote on what we've done for the day. You guys tell me how you want to do that.
That works.
Yeah, you can get through the work and then just rattle off the votes at the end. So April, what we'll do is we'll go through each department,
Okay.
approve the numbers, then at the end of the meeting, we'll vote on all of them to approve or unapprove, disapprove, whatever you want. What's this one next?
Leases.
Leases and debt
741.
service.
Did you say you had a question?
No.
Or debt service.
Okay, leases, debt service, Department 13, the 753,567, which represents a 43% pop. So,
So in your leases and debt services, that includes your public works facility.
okay,
Hold on here, I'm just going to, garage, are you on that, right above you, right? Number, line 6.
Line
Oh, you,
6.
I don't know if you see this one or not, we have a little worksheet. So interest, our principal is $65,221.13, and interest is $171,447.61.
That's for the Public Works garage.
Yeah, that's the new payment that's
so
coming.
that's what line 6 is, basically.
Can you repeat those again, Matt?
Okay,
So in line 5 includes
okay,
all your debt service.
Yep.
For principal.
yep,
And then your interest is in
Okay.
line 6.
line 6. So that's a DPW,
So I'll read them off to you if you want them.
Okay.
So in the principal, this year we've dropped our salt shed, so that's paid off.
right?
We have a pumper. We have the public works garage. We have the ladder truck. We have land on Bennett Hill Road. There is a public works, the trackless tractor, the last payments this coming year, at $40,748. There's air packs. We have 3 payments left, so after this next year, there's 2 more. The ambulance, again, 3 payments left. Then there's the public works truck, roll-off truck. There's public works truck, the Tahoe. So the other big one for next year is the Spartan pumper, the pump that was approved last year.
Mm-hmm.
That shows up. What?
So they don't have to write them all down.
Yeah, we'll give you this. We'll give it.
Oh, okay.
I sort of stopped.
I just
halfway
could
through.
see you guys over there writing.
We'll print this for you.
I'm writing it down. I'll never know what it means.
So,
I'll print it at the end and give it to you.
Okay, thank you.
so the pumper is new, and that's 64,000 for the first payment.
How much does that cost overall for a pumper? About 300?
No, that was approved at what, 700 and
So-
yeah.
778?
Almost 800.
Yeah, it was in the ballpark.
But we get 20...
20 to 25.
20 to 20, yeah.
I don't
Gotta
see
have
us,
it.
at this point, I don't see us having another, the only other engine we'll have to talk about at some point, and it probably won't be a full-size, a regular engine, is something for self-station, because we're restricted on height of the building, the doors down there. But that's another conversation we probably have to have is what we do with the building, because it's so small. And we've kind of put that conversation off a little bit, probably longer than we should have. Next year, I think we talk about the ambulance, because of our lead time for ordering. We're several years out, 2 to 3 years for delivery, so that'll be a conversation next year. But next year, we will have,
This is what we're paying off this year, and this is what we're paying off next year.
yeah, so this year we paid off 137,111. And then next year we have the tractor, yeah. The tractor, 42, the Public Works Silverado, 15 and change, and the Public Works little dump truck for 22 and change, almost 23,000. We'll give you this list so you can see it as well. Has it all broke out. We break them out for the principal and interest sections.
Can you also break out like when they'll be paid off?
It shows
It will show.
It will show that
Yeah.
too,
Mhm.
okay.
It has the columns. So
Okay.
you're seeing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're halfway through the payments on the ladder truck.
Okay.
We're halfway through on Lynn and Bennett Hill Road. What we'll have to do, what it won't show, and just so you know, we don't have a loan number for the Public Works building yet, because obviously it's still in progress.
Mhm.
And we have our estimated payment for next year, but we don't have it.
No.
And we don't have it shot across the screen, so you'll see that later on.
What's the land on Bennett Hill Road?
It's right across the street from the current transfer station, and it was bought about 8 years ago. It's a sand pit. Gravel pit.
Yeah, okay.
It's just,
Was that at that $100,000 piece of property?
Yes.
Yep. And we've talked about logging that and getting it cut off.
I was gonna say, are we using it for something?
Nothing right now.
Okay.
It's just, that was the one we did part of the land swap with Ben Foglio. There was some land behind his pit, and then we bought that. We swapped, and then we bought that for the 100,000, but the idea is that there's gravel in the pit.
Mhm.
Or gravel, we can use, material, I should say. So that's your two biggie changes.
Okay.
So that's one of the big hits.
All right, so,
That
Any-
represents the biggest change.
yep, any questions on leases? The numbers are the numbers.
The
Pretty much,
copiers
these are the
and
results of all the
printers.
CIPs in the past. That's where this is all,
Correct.
Okay.
Well, unless
unless,
it's paid for 100% out of CIP that year.
right,
If it's something that's going into, if debt service, then it transitions to debt service leases the following
Mhm.
year.
mm-hmm.
What's the increase for the copies and printers and postage machine?
Where
It's
are
like
you?
more than
Oh, yeah,
doubled.
Yeah.
that's a pretty good increase, too.
We have a new lease for copiers, printers.
Are they new machines as well, or
Yes.
just, okay,
All new machines.
okay,
Yeah, they replace the machines.
all right, good.
And the postage machine, there's laptop leases.
Yeah, that's like a 25% increase, so,
We had well, it was
No, I
20
didn't
20
write that.
laptops, but there was a bunch of laptops that needed to be replaced.
okay.
I didn't
So-
write it on the sheet, laptops. There's laptops. in there,
Laptops?
too, I'm sorry. I'll fix it.
And that's 3734 for laptops, but there's 20 of them.
Okay.
Okay, all right, all right.
But it'll show it on that lease sheet.
Okay, all right.
Thank
All right, any more questions on leases, debt service?
No.
Let's move on. You have this.
Number 5.
Insurance benefits, Department 15 on line 2, $1,131,597, which represents an 8.8 increase over last year. Going down to, well, again, line 5 is pretty much FICA, so on and so forth. That's a 6.4% increase. Your pension is pretty much fixed costs.
And these numbers are driven by the personnel, and also don't forget the town
Okay.
planner. Town planner is added in too.
Okay. The sick time buyout is remained where it's been. Workman's comp is a 13.5% increase. Again, that's just a reflection of the market. Am I correct? Ain't nothing we can do.
Well, it is, I mean, that, and also it's based on if you've actually had any employees that have used it.
Mm-hmm.
We did, so that, what rose this, I know, contributed toward it was one of the fire department employees that got hurt
Okay.
last year, and so.
Are you guys able to do like safety programs so that you can get a better rate with your workers?
We do safety programs.
Okay, and those are all approved and everything?
And I think that's the first time we've seen a spike in, we've had any type of claim on it.
So it's primarily because of the claim, it's like
I
your
think
car
that's
insurance,
fine.
you make a claim and you pay for it in your premiums.
And some years we've got a discount because we didn't have any claims, they gave us money,
Okay.
so.
We do the slip, trips, and falls. We
Oh, yeah.
do a lot for the Maine Municipal
Yes.
website program,
Okay.
for the safety, it's called Safety Works.
Yes.
It's called.
Yes.
Some of them we can try.
I just know that at my work, we went up by $100,000 this
Oh,
year
wow.
because we had so many injuries, so we're
Wow.
creating safety programs to get discounts, so that's why I asked
Knock
if you
on
already
wood,
have
we've been
one.
very fortunate
Okay. Yes.
for a lot of it, and, but, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, for what it's not a big number, but the unemployment went up. That's like a 60% increase. It's not a lot of dollars, but it's still a hefty increase. Then your line 10, which is the nature of the beast, you're up 8.8% just on your health and dental insurance.
And you got planner help, yeah.
Excuse me?
Yes,
And
new
planner.
new employees included in
Okay.
there too.
I know we added the rec one. Where was the other department?
Planner,
Planner?
The town planner.
Okay.
Okay.
Those are all figured in.
So, the only property and casualties up 14.5%, or 14.8, so,
and that changed from, Public Works facility too.
okay. What is VFF accident coverage?
That's volunteer firefighter.
Okay.
Accident. Something Gary had started way back.
Okay.
We thought it's mostly for our on-call
Oh,
force,
click out of it.
or per diem.
Okay,
Covers them, because they don't have regular insurance.
Yeah, we want to do
Makes
that.
sense.
okay. All right, any questions, discussion on the insurance?
I don't know if I was doing that, but.
I guess my question is it policy that you have to pay the buyouts to people if they don't want to take insurance? Because I guess I don't understand why we're responsible. If they choose not to take insurance with you, why are we reimbursing them to take it someplace else?
Well, a lot of times they come, they already have it through a spouse.
Mhm.
And other municipalities all do buyouts. So it's like an incentive.
Mhm.
We're saving money.
It's
by
kind of a
paying them the
retention.
buyout.
We're
Okay,
saving
so
considerable.
to insure a person for a year, it's how much for one person?
Depends on what.
Depends
they
on
owe.
which, if it's just them, is it their family, is it just them and their spouse?
Okay, so if you take their salary and then you add on top what the town is paying for their benefits, they're actually making out on the deal.
They're,
As,
by taking the buyout?
right, no, you take their salary, and then they get their 3%,
Mhm.
and then in the same line, they're not having to pay any benefits
Well,
if they take it for themselves.
If they take it for themselves.
If they take it for themselves. So if you take their salary and then you add in the 3%, and then whatever it cost for for the town to pay for their total premiums. So
there's
some
still-
of those could be up around $70,000 or $80,000.
Well,
So
per
maybe 8,000
person?
for what?
Oh,
If you
with
take-
with their,
yeah,
on top of their
if-
salary.
So they're not just getting their 3%. I don't know how to explain it easier.
So if someone came though and they didn't have insurance, they'd enroll
They would
in our-
take, they would get their salary,
They'd get salary, but they'd enroll in our health insurance.
and they'd roll onto the health insurance.
You're right.
So
If
they get their salary,
They don't get a buyout for that.
no. But what I'm saying is, if they, say they make $60,000 for the salary, and then they get a 3% raise, that's another, what, 1,800. And then whatever it costs the town to insure them for the year, just them, you could probably add on, what, another 19, 20,000,
I'm looking,
roughly?
I have it, for just a single.
So they're up around $81,000. That's what their total would be, because they're not paying any of their health insurance. So their entire
They
package,
don't get 18,000
A single person.
the town is
costs the
paying
town
if they have insurance.
13,839.
if they have the insurance. So their entire package would be
That's
up
with
around
the-
$80,000
Mhm.
for them. So, but if they come here and they're on somebody else's, I don't understand this $7,200 buyout.
So they get-
I know in the private world, you don't get a
No.
buyout.
Several private
Some
companies
do.
are offering
They
that.
are
Some
starting
do.
to now.
But most don't.
That
So
was just,
I don't see where we should be supplementing other people's insurance if they choose not to take it here.
I don't think we're supplementing.
Is it saving us money?
It
yes.
saves us money because basically, and I think I understand what you're saying, but if any of you came to work for us right now, came to work for the town of Waterboro, if your spouse at home has insurance and you're on that program and you came to us, you're gonna say, I don't need your insurance, we're gonna say, that's perfect, but you're gonna come to us and say, so how much can I get paid? And we're saying, well, we offer a buyout that if you don't take our insurance, because right now you can get onto our insurance and have two options for insurance, and we're gonna be footing the bill for $18,000 for you. So if we don't offer that, I would say jump onto our insurance, because then that goes $600 out the window.
But it also
We're-
saves the town money if she doesn't.
What's that?
If she doesn't take the buyout or even get on the insurance, if the buyout wasn't
Why
even
wouldn't she
offered,
get on the
Yeah,
insurance?
she would save money.
I think a lot of
The
people-
town would save money.
I think that they would cost the town more. The way I see it is because if that new employee came and we didn't offer a buyout, it may be costing them a little bit to stay on the
Other
spouses.
municipalities offer the buyouts,
Yes,
is
they
that
do.
correct?
Mhm.
Okay, so in order for us to retain employees,
Mhm.
to not be encouraged to go to other municipalities,
pay
we
a
want to
buyout,
offer the
yeah.
buyout
Mhm.
to keep, okay.
That's one very good reason.
I mean, we haven't changed that, it's been the same program now. for-
No, I
think
know.
it's been-
Yeah.
I think it's been in
So
place
let me
for
ask you
15
this,
years.
in the same vein, if somebody wants to insure their spouse, and their spouse has insurance available to them at their employer, do we charge them a premium to insure their spouse?
We charge, it's
50%.
50%.
But do we charge them an additional, and so, I had one employer that I wanted to insure John because I had better insurance than him. Not only did I pay the premium, I also had to pay another $150 a month for him to be on my insurance because he had insurance available to him.
Oh, wow.
My employer,
wasn't-
if Debbie was offered insurance at her place of employment,
I had to take
she
it.
had to take it.
Yeah.
My employer insisted she takes the insurance. Yeah, that's how the private sector works.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah.
that's what they made you do.
And I don't know.
But they also offered a buyout if you were employed and you turned down the insurance, they didn't offer a buyout for that.
As long as you could prove that you were insured elsewhere.
Correct.
Mine didn't.
Yes.
And so the hard part with that, and I argued this before, is some people were coming with Aflac, whatever the supplemental
yeah,
insurance was.
right.
We didn't truly define, we said, hey, as long as you have insurance elsewhere,
Yeah.
there's a buyout.
Yeah.
So years ago, we had employees come in saying, hey, I have insurance. Well, it's supplemental insurance, it's not a comprehensive plan, it's providing
Right. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Aflac isn't a.
Aflac, you pick and choose what's insured.
Right, it's a la carte, a la carte,
Yeah.
whatever, but.
Yeah.
And we had, so that wasn't insurance, but for a while that was accepted.
Yeah.
It was, to my knowledge, it was only one individual, but, you know, so. I think I think we've seen that there's a savings with it. And it's not with everybody that has it, obviously, we don't have a ton of them on it, but it has been a retention tool, because, and recruitment, if someone has it, especially if they're coming from the municipality, if they already have it and they don't need insurance, we really haven't really dived dig into our insurance, because Waterboro is not on the top of the scale, where some towns are 80%, we're only 50%. So we've just kind of been, okay, we're gonna just ride this train as long as we can
Yeah,
and stay in the middle of the road. You know,
And we do have the lowest cost plan, too.
Okay. So you mentioned 50% if they added a spouse.
Mhm.
So is that 50% of the total amount? Say if it was 18, would the town pay 9 and then the person would pay 9?
they pay 50%. The employee pays 50% of that coverage.
And the town pays the other half?
The town wants is 50%, yeah. Most towns are 80 or 90% for family. And we've been at 50, we've been at 50 for 12 years, I think, 12, 13 years now. Before that, we were 0, and that was a real problem for us, because it was harder to get anybody in here to offer insurance based on our costs through MMA. Whereas if we're gonna try to recruit somebody from another town, we weren't comparable at all. So.
I've only been on the outside of the world, and I know we never got paid to add spouses in our business where we were working, and they were both federal.
And I'm with you,
It was federal.
I'm with you, I understand
Didn't-
that.
The post office didn't pay 50% to put me on my husband's insurance. So this, to me, is very difficult to understand because of the costs and everything. So,
Okay.
And we do run with the HRA, and so we've tried to save money over there with the healthcare reimbursements account. To go with the deductible plan that it helps the employee versus, we reimburse them on an as-needed basis.
So the employee doesn't contribute to that?
No, we just have that one cap amount we have. I mean, I know Amber and I were chatting about the other day, is, we kind of wish, I was asking if she wanted to see if she could get onto the insurance board with Maine Municipal, she told me that was not a good idea. But, I think that make some changes at MMA or with the insurance.
Besides
Hold
the
people
names.
accountable. Hold people accountable for the fact that if they have a hangnail running to the doctors is hurting the insurance cost for everybody. That if they're insured, they're running down to the quick care or running here. Holy cow, put the brakes on a little bit here.
Well, I'm just looking at it there's been so much on the news, like with the ACA and people's premiums tripling, double tripling. How are they, some of them probably are going to go with no insurance. So how are they going to pay their taxes? How are they going to, what are they going to prioritize? You know what I'm saying? So I look at it as how can the town people keep up sometimes with the increases. So that's just my
Yeah.
thought.
But I think that some people, obviously, the choices we make, obviously, whether it's, every family's different for what they're doing for healthcare or for what they're doing in everyday life. Obviously, I think that anybody works, whether it's a private sector or in a public sector with a local small government or military. I'm assuming military benefits are different too, aren't they? For health insurance and retirement years, but I think everything's structured differently for.
It's structured very differently. You can keep the regular, like, say we had Anthem, you could keep that. Or you could put it on hold, take Medicare, and get your TRICARE. But if you had the Anthem, you couldn't get the TRICARE. So there's a lot of different steps and things hoops you have to jump through.
So I think every level, or each service, or whether it's the private sector is, probably different than the banking world.
Debbie's brothers are retired, he and his wife are retired teachers. It's a total different ballgame, so.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different hoops that
Yeah.
you had to jump through, so.
All right, any other questions before we move on and leave the thrilling world of insurance behind? All right. Next up is the town clerk, is that correct?
Yes.
Yep,
And
and we've got a new one.
so this sheet is different. Yep, the numbers are different than the one we got.
Different,
So,
5,000.
So your updated sheet, we really just changed election expense now.
okay,
It was 25, and Nancy and Kim have indicated that they're gonna hold it at 20.
okay.
In the following year, we'll probably see an increase because of election costs the following year.
Oh, because that'll be the presidential.
Okay, that makes sense.
Are we still renting the machines?
If we need them.
If we need them?
We have to,
Oh, okay.
but if we need to rent additional, we can. And we have a little bit in the election expense line that we can rent as well.
Okay.
So when I see line 23, voting booths added to CIP last year,
So, well, that's when we added to it. In the original budget, they actually, you'll see it in CIP later on, but they requested to replace some of those, you know, the blue booths we
the
use.
plastic things you,
Yeah.
okay,
The
yeah.
ones that the legs fall out of them.
Yep.
So that's in.
Is
the
that a
CIP.
problem?
Those are the ones we have Matt use.
Those are just, yeah, you saw them, we were putting together last year,
Yes.
painful. Anyhow, so they found the quad units where it's more of a round, you can have four
Yeah.
people.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Separated.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
And,
Fold up easy.
yeah, a little bit easier.
Okay.
I haven't seen you fold one yet.
I watched the video, though.
You can demonstrate that in the next one, how easy they are.
That counts, right?
Watch the video.
When that's how the day comes around, I watch you, I'm not gonna,
Oh,
I've reached my limit. so-
yeah, I don't like setting those up, but, so there's $7,000 in there, in the CIP section. Yeah, I just took it out of their operations section, moved to CIP.
Okay.
It was over 5,000.
All right, so that reduces the bottom line from 92 down to 87,757, which is not the 7.9% I figured earlier, so it's less than that. But obviously, the salaries, the salary line 5 does represent a 3% increase. Again, a new, relatively new employee, it just shows the COLA that you guys put in there.
And, John, if I can real quick, just, I want to just drive back to what Diane was talking about. When you look at like the salary line for the clerk,
Mm-hmm.
you know, one thing that Laura and I and Amber and I have chatting about is certainly on our wage lines in comparison to other communities, especially in town clerk, we are not at the top end of where a lot of them are in town clerk. And a lot of that ties to those benefits in that for the public sector. And I think we look at our whole package of where we're at, we're not at the top, you know, in some of these, we're not even in the middle of the game, but we have individuals that are willing to stay on with what they're at, so it's been working for us. But as you can see, that amount isn't, for what that position is, we're very fortunate.
So they haven't done any market surveys? Come into you with any market surveys?
They haven't, but we have done it,
We've
we've
done
looked at it.
You've done it.
With other towns.
I mean, you can see other towns, that position is pushing over 100,000.
Are you talking the smaller towns or like the Biddeford, Saco?
You can call Biddeford and Saco, yes, I mean,
They'd be-
but that's a direct competition for us now.
Mhm.
Not just in, you know, not the Alfreds or the Shapleys or the Newfields, but Biddeford, Saco, Sanford, and Southern Maine is somewhere
Okay.
we're competing with.
Yeah.
You know, that's where we're losing, that's where we're potentially gonna lose them to. Or we just steal them.
Oh, okay.
But we want to keep her.
It's a good steal.
Right. So, sorry, but I just want to make sure you knew that.
That's fine. So the rest of the numbers here, I'll go back to my original sheet because the numbers are all the same. So we can forget the 25% increase in election expense because the ladies got together and decided we didn't need that much. Other than that, the numbers are pretty much where they've been.
Yeah.
$2,000 increase on a number that large isn't really bad at all. Any questions?
No.
I just had the travel, training, and lodging, I'm assuming is for updating certifications and training and all that stuff.
travel isn't a whole heck of a lot of it. It's one little gig.
And the lodgings, I think it's, whether is it either the convention or the overnight? The convention.
Is there a lot of online learning, training for?
There is a lot.
Online?
For MMA, but maybe not for the town
Well,
clerk.
not for the town clerk, no.
No.
It's a lot of in-person.
Okay.
All right. Next is tax collector. So tax collector, Department 25 on line 2 is 62,722. Represents a 5% bump from last year. Again, line 5, the salary with the longevity at 55,796 represents a 4.3%, so you're 3 points plus.
And that she's got a new longevity step in there.
Right. So other than that, your, the retirement goes up, but that's beyond our control. Training, the training is higher than it was last year.
So line 10, 9 through 13.
Yes.
Right.
We've added some in there because it covers additional training that's, because Justine is also deputy for the tax collector.
Okay.
So it's some trainings for her as well. So that's
Okay.
tied into that. And they wanted to make sure we charge them to the correct line, so that's why they're in for this department.
Okay.
Yeah, if you'll remember, Justine is back under the general government, customer service person, and she's the deputy to GA. So if she does training for GA, it gets billed to the GA line,
Okay.
or if she works
Yeah.
GA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Questions on tax collector? Moving on. The treasurer, Department 30. Line 2, 90,360, up just over 5%, which, again, line 5, the salary with longevity at 80,146 represents a 6.8% increase.
And we did, just so you know, we had made an adjustment so that that 74,984 is not, does not truly represent, it's actually 77.
Where are you looking?
77,484.
70,
74,984 is from the 25-26 budget.
That's from the budget.
77,484 is where we're at right now, but it doesn't, it's not what the original was because we made adjustments based on training.
Oh, okay.
So then that represents the 3%.
Is that where that merit would come in?
Yes.
But it doesn't get drawn out of that line to the last part of the year.
So it's kind of like a bonus?
Was that?
It's kind of like a bonus?
Oh, kind of like what?
Bonus.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it gets adjusted there for her rate.
Where it's at the end of the year.
And then we transfer it out at the end.
That's why,
To balance
so
that.
we won't see the true numbers on that incidental merit line until.
All right, and the rest of the numbers are pretty straightforward. Employee costs are down, as it looks like the training has been cut in half. Other than that, steady she goes. Questions?
Are the dues and subscriptions something that they have to do through MMA?
Yeah, it's once a year. Yeah. It's a longer acronym.
Takes up 2 lines, the name of it.
All right, moving on to general assistance, line 87, or excuse me, Department 87, line 2, is down, 24,660, down from 25 and change. The employee costs are up a tad, basically due to some meals and some dues and subscriptions. Everything else, well, I guess the Justine's travel.
And rent went down a little bit.
Okay. All right. Yep, rent is down. all the other numbers.
Cremation's dead. Oh, up a little.
We had 2 cremations, okay. Pretty straightforward. Questions?
I guess we're fairly fortunate for that low amount, actually.
I would say. So, okay, so the personnel services, so lines 6 and 7, 5, 6, and 7. You just took all those numbers and combined them with motor vehicles. What does that mean?
General
We
government,
just moved it to general government.
Okay, all right,
just that portion, yes.
all right.
It was relatively small dollars back, even when we had it back in FY '24.
Okay. Okay, that's it on general assistance. We will move on now to, is this unclassified? Or am I in the wrong spot?
Unclassified.
Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous unclassified, whatever it
Yeah,
might be,
I think we're
okay.
gonna change that to say miscellaneous. Kinda good.
I was wondering, I'm looking through it today, Laura, I'm like, well, where the hell is unclassified, or miscellaneous? I
Sorry.
didn't even realize I had spent an hour reading all, and I commend you, you have all the backups for all these donation requests. And it made it, I read every damn one of them. So it makes sense to me, which is great, because you always get them to us, but you beat us to the punch today.
Yes.
So, having said that, Department 95 miscellaneous or unclassified on line 2 represents $929,239, up 4.2. Excuse me, line 4, I should say line 5, sheriff, our contract deputies. 210,000 was the number you guys agreed, was that?
So that dollar is not in the contract.
Okay.
So that is based on our estimate from prior year. They, and,
With the new formula they've given you.
well, the formula was up to 80 hours.
Okay.
So, and that could change from position to position of what the rate of pay is, and we don't know what that is, because we don't know who's in the role today. If it's you one day, and it could be Tom tomorrow, if he's more senior, then his rate is more. So, we don't know. We don't have a fixed cost to that, we wouldn't have a fixed cost to it, and haven't had, but we've been historically a little bit less.
Right.
The county manager indicated that they were going to have a potential for a sizable increase in the contract or the collective bargaining agreement with them, which I believe is just, may have passed, and it was 8 to 10% pay increase at the county. So we added a little bit into that to adjust for it. I don't know if it's, I really don't know if it's gonna be in the ballpark, because we don't have those estimates, because we originally had Steve Gould as our contract, now we have Deputy Markellos. His rate's different than Steve Gould's. So it and it could change. If Markellos leaves tomorrow and if we get filled in with another person, then it changes. We've gone back and forth, obviously, as you were aware, we asked voters last year again, and they strongly wanted the contract deputy. Do we get where we really want to be? I don't think any of us have been excited about it in the process. I don't think the county was excited about it, but I don't think anybody was ready to tackle that. We weren't getting the full 80 hours, and so that's why the language changed to up to 80 hours. And the goal is that, we're seeing this, we were talking the other day, is that if he's seeing the bills that's coming in, we have that conversation with the county and the manager and say, hey, listen, we budgeted 210. What is in the contract that doesn't represent here is changing the formula for how we pay for the cars moving forward. So next year, I believe it's next year that we're gonna see, they're going to buy the car, and they're going to divide that out over 3 years, and we'll pay for that vehicle over the course of 3 years. Essentially, the county will finance it, the whole thing, and then we'll pay for it over the next 3 years, but the county will want it. We're just gonna pay for the cost to use it. So we'll be out of the business after buying
Better
it.
for us.
Yeah, okay.
We haven't seen any value from the cruisers that we're getting back from them. and we don't wanna track that at this point. So, that's the biggest change with that.
Are they coming back to you in good condition, Matt? The cars?
They are completely worn out,
And they're done.
and they're done. The last one, we parked it and sold it, and,
Oh, okay.
somebody out of New York came and, took the parts. But, no, they're in rough shape, and it was in rough shape.
Well, they're on the go.
Yeah, that's the nature of the beast.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think we were a little bit more disappointed because we wanted to have something usable for a few years to try to save a buck, and to be able to use it for code enforcement, it didn't work out.
So do we still have Mr. Fay as one of our officers?
Yeah.
We do?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a daytime guy.
He's a daytime guy?
Yep. County tax, purely an estimate.
How much did they go up last year, Matt?
We went from 607 last year. No, I'm sorry, 528 to 60, actually, that 607 was not correct either.
Sorry,
It was a belt.
Yeah. It was a lot.
Stand by. She's on it.
It keeps disconnecting.
Record
I know we were planning on 5%, and it just,
It was higher.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think at the last minute, we transitioned some of the money from the deputy, if I remember right, or we switched it over to that line.
Right.
Right.
You gonna get that today?
He's so helpful.
So it was we paid 611 this year, 611, 531.
Right, which is right here on line 7.
Oh, it is. It is, Matt. I think it's a
I
note in.
told you that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's, sorry. I think I did that, I forgot I put it there.
I think you did.
Yeah, so,
All right,
yeah, so
we-
obviously our 607, 810 was just a guess then too, and we were still, we were
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
all right, so that's a wild card, so
If, as we hear.
it won't be
more-
less.
May have to.
I doubt
Right.
it'll be less, but if we hear more, we'll certainly update you as we move forward. But,
At least we're not in Washington County's
right?
Yeah.
situation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it could always be worse, so.
We've taken a couple of the committees out because they're no longer, like road
Committees.
review, economic development. We didn't have a public safety one, but. Moving down through, let's bring you to, I'm trying to find it here. Line 14 or 5960.
Cemeteries.
Cemeteries. Couple things for you. Cemeteries out back here, we've seen it, but it's right out in the back corner of the town hall. We're gonna have some pointing and some work to do in that wall at
Mhm.
some point. I talked to Angela, the chair of the cemetery committee, and she'd worked with somebody a couple years ago to get an estimate, and it was on an hourly basis. I think we need more of an idea from a professional that can say, we're gonna do this much section of the wall for this amount of money. And then we start planning for some repairs, because the wall needs repairs. So, that does not truly reflect any additional dollars in there for cemetery repairs here. But we'll have to think about that moving forward. I don't know if we'll have time to be able to get the number for this year, to find somebody to come up to assess that, the wall. Just so you're aware, there's been some conversation, and we've had a request, and we did not budget for this either, but there is a state statute that we are responsible for maintaining cemeteries throughout town. That's what this $5,000 is for, mowing grass, trimming some stuff, trimming. We've had a request, and you'll probably hear about this soon enough, but of cutting, some trees on a cemetery on private property that they feel the town is responsible to take down. So the interpretation from legal is that's not in our responsibility to cut trees out, that we will take, if they fall, we will take care of them, and we'll fix anything that happens, but the cost can get exponentially high if we're ever to start cutting trees down. The estimates we had were well over $10,000 to cut several trees behind a house in a little cemetery. No disrespect to anybody that's buried there, and I get it, but we have cemeteries throughout town. We'd be hundreds of thousands of dollars in tree work. So we're working through those issues now, but the trees are up, they are dying apparently, but they're not down. But we just can't go in and not be able to start cutting trees. there was somebody from the Revolutionary War in that cemetery as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, I'm sorry, but the cemetery that's on Federal Street. But, just to give you an update on that.
And line 15, this $10,000 for Taylor House is what we do every year. This is not anything above and beyond.
Not right now. I think that as we move forward, and I think we had this conversation last year.
Right.
About the new building, on Taylor House, behind the Taylor
Right.
House. That number isn't in there, because we don't know, I'm assuming it's about 20 to 25,000.
Right.
They
Is
have
that
looked
per
at-
year or just?
What's that?
Is that per year or
That would
our
be-
donation?
That would be per year for the lease space.
Okay, so,
We haven't even done that yet, though. So I know when obviously voters were asked, and that would be I think the target number they're looking at for that commitment from town of Waterboro for a period of 10, I think it was 10 years. That was their seed money to, I believe, approximately $250,000.
Is that what we committed to? I can't remember.
We didn't have a specific dollar in it.
Okay.
We had asked, that was what the goal was of the thought process going into it, to negotiate for the lease space for the downstairs.
Right.
For record storage. But we haven't gone any further than that.
But that's still their plan, is to have a climate-controlled
Room,
space.
yes. But nothing has happened yet. I know that I've had a conversation with Jim Carl.
Mhm.
I told him to pass on to Victor, which is the chair or the president of the Historical Society, that, the town obviously seeked approval from the voters to enter into an agreement, and there was strong support for that.
Mhm.
And I suspect we'll see strong support moving forward too. But
so when you bring it up again, the next one will have a money amount in it?
If there, I didn't see, unless they specifically ask for that and the council decides to enter into an agreement,
Okay.
I didn't see the need to put the dollar in front of you or to raise money that's not being used for a building that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
No rush.
And I guess if they're eventually needing to the point where if they need money for project work, then they need to come and have that discussion with the council, and then we have that discussion with you.
Do they have any idea roughly when they would be starting this project at all?
I do not know that.
No.
I don't know what their project looks like right now for a cost, so I think they're still raising money.
Do they have drawings and stuff like that for those?
They had some conceptual drawings, I
Did
think
they?
they were working on the plans, and, it looked like a nice building. I think they had to go back to it and do a couple tweaks. I think the costs were higher than anticipated.
Oh, okay.
I think they've done a tremendous job with the fundraising, with the trees,
Yep.
the festival of trees, and the other work they do. And if you haven't had a chance to go to the Taylor House, it's when it's open in the spring. Very cool. A lot of work's gone into that.
All right, so all the other numbers on here that are the same as they've been the last few years. Lake Arrowhead Milfoil Control, Community Garden Committee, Memorial Day flags, regional TV access has gone up a little bit. I think that's basically the nature of the beast. The agencies are the people looking for donations, the organizations looking for donations. And you all have backups for all this stuff, but I found it helpful for me to look through it all. Obviously, American Red Cross, $660, that's the number they asked for. Caring Unlimited is it's domestic violence support, which is very much needed. That's the number that they're asking for and I'm comfortable with. Kids Free to Grow, I read that and I can't remember exactly what they do, but they're supporting, their mission statement is to,
Is it to
supporting
help-
children.
Yes,
Yeah.
supporting children
Yeah.
is.
And children neglect and children abuse.
Right, is helping to stop it before it starts.
Right.
Helping children.
Whether it's
neglect.
family training, whatever the case may be,
Yes.
that's what they do. Maine Public Radio, we have $100 here, they asked for $150. The only reason I can see a valid ask for $150 is that they lost a lot of their funding to the way that monies are being dropped in. So,
And I plugged in the rates from where before, I know that even with the supporting documents, but
yeah,
if they're gonna have that request for change, pick up the phone call.
yeah,
And, you know, it's easy, nothing against the community, these agencies that are looking for dollars, but
Sure.
just sending a piece of mail and sending it to us and saying, hey, we want more money.
yeah.
Come talk to us and explain why, and I get it's only $50.
Well, listen, and I get the main public, I get it. And my feeling with all these other ones, though, is, especially like Caring Unlimited, they have the numbers on the backup that you've got. And most of these agencies will give you the backup, the Southern Maine Agency on Aging. I mean, there's one guy in there who, a citizen of Waterboro, had, I did the numbers, I averaged it out, 30 hours of daycare for a guy with dementia for the year. I mean, 30 hours a week, that's full-time. So the need's there, and I have no problem with their requests. And I get what you're saying.
We had one for, this wasn't even on the list, I think it was Ospey Valley Fair, there was a fair,
Yeah.
one of the fairs,
Yeah.
money too, and it's like, the requests just keep coming in. Lifeway, the Maine Foundation, for example,
Yep.
is even on this list anymore.
Oh,
No, I took them
Used
off.
to be.
we took them off.
Absolutely no money for Life Flight. They charge $2,000 just to start the engines.
Oh, yeah, or more. I think
It's
some of
probably
10
going up.
I think it's 10 grand now to, you
Yeah,
know,
no,
We keep getting a big
absolutely
one
not.
and the
year.
foundation
Yeah.
was separate, it was not part of
Give
Lifeway
them money.
itself, so, we exceed that.
I would ask one question. Line 31,
Yes.
the Snowmobile Club, Ossipee Mountain, we're not giving them anything.
So,
And I remember last year,
we do give them money still.
Right.
But it's just not, because it's money that's being driven from registrations.
okay,
From the state.
This was the cleanup. from
this was to catch up.
prior years that
Right.
they didn't submit and we didn't.
So my question.
Okay, so we're not gonna be surprised.
We're not gonna catch us
Which is-
again.
That's why it looks a little funky.
So if they don't submit, they don't get it.
We've taken them off.
They're supposed to submit it, and it's
Right.
signed by the chief and
Yeah.
the public works director
Yeah.
to approve.
Okay.
All right, so,
So we do support, we do give them money out of registration stuff.
okay, that's fine, so.
I guess I should have put a little note there.
Well, that's why.
Instead, we're done with
That's
you.
why we have him here, ask him these questions. All right, any questions on the
So
unclassified?
did the regional access go up because they've started doing streaming and things like that? Or did it just go up?
Regional
They
access?
sent a letter, didn't I include it in, yes.
Did you?
Did I miss that
I
one?
think so, didn't you?
Is
Yeah,
that
there's a
Saco
little
River?
tab. It's a tab, there's a red tab and it says cable TV.
Cable
Yeah.
TV access. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I had circled
So
that
they
with a
have it-
question mark. So I'm more efficient than I need to be, then I write my notes and I lose a damn thing, so.
That's like, you know, so
they
we can
hadn't
record
asked.
our videos like tonight,
Okay.
Okay.
all the meetings that we record.
And they hadn't
Now,
asked.
again,
says they
I
hadn't
circled
asked.
it with a question mark, well, the answer is it's right here in the budget, you moron. So. Okay,
Good.
any other questions that Laura can answer for us? All right, are we through the agenda, or is there more?
Old home days.
Old home days. Which is, and Laura, you mentioned the other day, they used all their,
I think that was Amber, not me.
I think they have about $300.
you walked in when I was talking to her, so it was in her office, so, see? But they used all the money they had.
Yep.
And so, and I asked, and Debbie met someone from the budget, or from Old Home Days. I guess the majority of this money goes for the fireworks. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
That's right,
She's
April
listening.
knows. Because Debbie met someone in Hannaford.
Wasn't it like,
Said-
isn't it like $13,000 just for the?
Or something like that, yeah.
And it went up last year by
Yeah.
$1,000 because of the
Right.
tariffs and stuff, so.
All right. Well, then, home days is pretty straightforward. Questions? All right, well then, let's do this. Let's go back to where we started in general government and vote on all these things. We've,
Well, you had a vote for general government, do you wanna not keep that one?
no, that's fine, we can, we've done that.
Diane Seahagen wants incidental
She-
10,000 instead of 11.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then we changed the
grand
amount.
661, 252, so we're all set.
total- Yeah.
Therefore, we can move on to leases. And do I have a motion to approve Department 13 leases debt service of $753,567?
Motion.
Second? Any further discussion? All those in favor? Insurance. I'm looking for a motion for line 2, Department 15, insurance benefits, to approve $1,131,597.
I motion.
Second?
Second.
If no discussion, all in favor? Town clerk. Line 2, Department 20, approve the amount of $92,757.
Wait.
Mr. Chair?
87.
87, I'm looking at my old sheet, I'm sorry.
What is 87, 757?
Let's try it again, the number is 87,757.
Motion to approve.
Second,
I'll second.
discussion, if not, all those in favor? Just want to see if Laura's paying attention.
I am.
Next, we're going to go to tax collector, Department 25. Again, a motion to approve $62,722.
I motion.
Second?
Who's second?
April? If no discussion, all those in favor?
Are you in favor?
Not really. Every year I keep hoping that one will go away, but it never does.
Treasurer, Department 30, a motion to approve $90,360.
So moved.
Now forget it, we don't need that.
Second?
I second.
Diane? Diane second, okay. And if no discussion again, all those in favor? And Department 87, General Assistance, approved $24,660.
Make a motion to approve it.
And a second?
Second.
And if no discussion, all those in favor?
Matt, how do we end up being responsible for cremations?
For what?
For the cremations?
If they come in or someone doesn't have family or,
Okay. Just, it seems odd.
and we don't have a lot, we only have, I think, like 2 or.
Yeah,
very
I know, it's not much, it just, it seems odd.
If there's no responsible party.
And Department 95, unclassified, or miscellaneous accounts, as you choose. Looking for a motion to approve $929,239.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
When does the county decide on theirs? How late?
It could be,
April?
it could be April.
Oh, not in April?
It could be.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
last
last
year
year we
was
had
like
to come,
March
we
or
had to come
something.
back, I
Yeah.
think, at some point.
Yeah, it was late.
So if we're gonna keep all that money in the sheriff's patrol, and if they come back, say, I don't know, 20,000 more, where would we flip money from?
From the.
If
from
the county comes back
More
up-
insurance patrol. So again, I think the conversation Amber and I are having is that she's gonna monitor those quarterly invoices that come in.
Okay.
And if we're seeing that, we're gonna communicate back to the county manager, say, listen, we have 210 budgeted for the county patrol. And we need to stay within that number.
Okay, and the same for the county tax?
No, we don't have any control over that.
Well,
But the only,
I wish
so,
we did.
and jumping back to, if you have the conversation with the sheriff's department, they're likely gonna say, well, then we'll cut your services.
They probably would be less than 80 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, we haven't seen at 200,000 yet.
No.
We've been slightly under.
So what are they averaging for hours, 50?
So it doesn't show the hours, it just
Oh,
shows
it
the
doesn't?
amount.
No.
So we don't know what the rate is, so that's the hard part. And they don't
Can
break
we
down the
request?
hours. What's that?
Can we request to have that detail on the
I
invoices?
actually, we went through that exercise as well, we wanted to have it broke down, but of course, it's not just the hourly rate, they break down uniforms, insurance, everything. So on the statement, it shows miscellaneous numbers.
Yeah.
But no
It's not
explanation.
just hourly wage that
Yeah.
they're showing us, so it's hard. That's what they talked about wanting to go to, but they also wanted to go for like $75 an hour. And, or it was even more than that, but that's just not gonna work. Because it took our numbers to go from, what, 200,000 to 370,
Yeah, it's
something.
a crazy number. Yeah.
So I've asked, tried to get that breakdown. But again, that number could change depending on who's
Depending on-
covering Waterboro today or tomorrow.
Can we ask for the rookies?
So,
What did you say?
the way the
Ask for the
contract, I believe,
rookies.
was worded is that if nobody took it, then it would be it would be the junior guy.
Yeah.
So that's, theoretically, you're gonna get the junior person.
Yeah.
But unless someone else puts in for it, because they have to bid it out and open that slot. And we didn't even interview last time because nobody was interested in it, so they actually assigned somebody, because nobody was interested in it.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
Okay.
Once we hear more, if we hear anything though, we'll let you know.
where were we? Did we get a motion?
No.
I'm waiting.
I motioned.
Okay,
That'd be
and a
good.
second?
Who motioned?
That was me.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Second?
Second.
There we go. And if no more discussion,
You
all,
didn't vote.
huh?
You didn't vote, you
No,
said.
if no discussion, all those in favor? Okay.
Good thing she's keeping track of you guys.
All right, moving on.
Old home days,
Old home days.
the last one.
Old home days, Department 97, a motion to approve $18,500.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
April, I would, just a thought, I would
I would
abstain,
Yeah.
Okay,
because you're on the Old Homes Day committee.
Yes.
thank you.
I'll
I
make a
abstain.
motion.
Diane will go for it.
I'll second it.
There we are. And all those in favor?
And you're abstaining.
4 and an abstention.
And just make sure you put the abstention so that they, yeah.
You don't want me to vote it down again?
All right, any questions about what we've done tonight?
No.
Okay, with that being said, our next meeting is,
Next Monday.
You have to schedule.
The 12th.
I don't have the schedule. You wrote the schedule.
You
said
have
so
the
now.
schedule.
On January 12th. Did you hear that, January 12th?
I've got that. That's where we're supposed to start.
Next
We
meeting,
usually start
January
in the middle of
12th.
the
We're
Yeah,
not gonna-
but
This is after the
It's
meeting.
fluid.
It's the 12th,
He's
it's,
been pushing it.
hey, well, someone wants to go to Florida in April, so we had to make this happen beforehand.
Motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.